The text arrived like a gut punch 2 days before my daughter Lily's 7th birthday. "Sweetie, so sorry, we have to miss the party. Money's a bit tight right now." My fingers typed the automatic response, "No problem." But as I scrolled through social media that evening, I saw the truth. There they were, my parents, smiling in photos from my brother's luxury lake house vacation. That's when my "no problem" curdled into something else entirely. That's when I decided the free ride was over. Lily had been marking off the calendar with bright red X's for weeks. "Will Nana and Grandpa help me build the giant Lego castle?" she'd asked, her eyes wide with the pure, unshakable faith of a child who couldn't conceive of her grandparents letting her down. I'd promised her they would. The text from my mom felt like a betrayal not just of me, but of that innocent faith. It was never about the financial cost. Lily would have been overjoyed with a handmade card, a packet of stickers, an hour of their undivided attention. It was the painful, familiar pattern. For my older brother Mark's children, they'd drive 6 hours without hesitation, arrive laden with expensive gifts, and post a flood of adoring photos. For my daughter, there was always a reason it wasn't convenient. That night, a hollow feeling in my chest, I did what I knew I shouldn't. I opened social media. And there it was, a gallery of sun-kissed photos from my brother's deck, the lake shimmering in the background. My parents were front and center, arms around my brother's 2 sons. My mom's caption glowed, "Making priceless memories with our favorite people. So much love." The timestamp showed it was posted just 2 hours after she'd pleaded poverty to me. I looked around our living room. Streamers hung limply from the ceiling. The massive, unopened Lego castle sat like an accusation on the coffee table. The quiet, simmering hurt I'd carried for years finally boiled over, crystallizing into a cold, sharp plan. "No problem," I said aloud to the empty room, the words now a vow. If they valued their comfort over my daughter's heart, they would learn the cost of that choice. The birthday party went ahead, stripped down to its essentials. It was just Lily's 3 best friends, my steadfast husband Tom, and me. And it was, in its own way, perfect. Without the pressure of performing for my parents, we were fully present. We built the entire castle, a sprawling, magnificent structure that took over the living room floor. We had a whipped cream fight with the cake, and Lily's laughter echoed through the house, pure and unfiltered. I documented it all, taking hundreds of photos and videos. The next morning, after the blissful chaos had settled, I set my plan in motion. I created a private, password-protected family photo album. I titled it Lily's 7th, Pure Joy, and curated it meticulously. I selected the 20 best images, Lily's face alight as she blew out her 7 candles. Her small, concentrated frown as she slotted a tricky Lego piece into place. The triumphant cheer when the final turret was secured. And a particularly sweet one of her and Tom, covered in frosting, hugging. Then, I wrote the caption. It was a work of passive-aggressive art, layered with just enough plausible deniability to be devastating. Lily's 7th birthday was everything a childhood celebration should be. She was a little sad that Nana and Grandpa couldn't make it. She knows, things are really tight for them right now, and even suggested we send them some of her birthday money to help. We told her that the love in this room was the greatest gift of all. So thankful for our little, tight-knit family. I tagged my parents, my brother, my aunts, uncles, cousins, the entire digital family tree. Then I hit publish. The social fallout was immediate and exquisite. My Aunt Carol, the family matriarch, was first. "She's beautiful, Sarah. Looks like a wonderful day. Sending all my love to you all." My cousin Mia added, "What a little gem. Thinking of you, hun." The comments section became a wall of support for me and Lily, a silent, public indictment of my parents' absence. My phone began to vibrate with private messages. The first was from my dad, uncharacteristically blunt. "Sarah. Call your mother. Now. She's in tears. Why would you air our private financial struggles to the entire family?" I waited. I let the notifications pile up, let the social pressure build like a storm cloud. After an hour, I replied to my dad, my tone dripping with feigned concern. "I'm just trying to help Lily understand, Dad. She was so worried about you both. We're just being supportive during this difficult time you're having." The silence from their end was louder than any message. I could picture them, huddled together, watching their carefully curated image of the perfect grandparents crumble in real time under the weight of their own hypocrisy. 2 days of tense silence passed before my mom called. Her voice was a strained wire, taut with a mixture of fury and profound embarrassment. "Sarah, you will take that album down this instant. You are humiliating us." "Humiliating you?" I repeated, keeping my voice light and confused. "Mom, I'm not sure I understand. I wanted everyone to see how happy Lily was. I thought you'd want to see since you missed it. I was just being honest with the family about why you couldn't come." "You are twisting the truth," she snapped, her composure cracking. "You know that's not what happened." Posting that we're practically destitute? It's a malicious lie. Is it a lie, Mom? I asked, my voice dropping its pleasant facade and turning to ice. Then please, help me understand the truth. Explain to me why a 1-hour drive for a slice of cake was impossible, but a 4-hour drive to Mark's vacation home was not. Explain why things are tight only applies to birthdays for my child, but not to weekend getaways for his. I am genuinely asking. Because I am struggling to explain this obvious discrepancy to my 7-year-old daughter, who cries when she sees photos of you with her cousins. The line went dead quiet. I had never, ever been this direct. I had always swallowed the hurt, smoothed things over. This was new territory. It's not that simple, she finally stammered, flustered. Mark, they needed us. It was a family weekend. And we're not family. I let the question hang, heavy and damning. Lily sees the pictures, Mom. She asks me why Nana and Grandpa are always with Tyler and Ben and never with her. What would you like me to tell her? Should I tell her the actual truth? That your finances, and your affection, are only tight when it comes to us? I heard a sharp intake of breath, then a muffled sob. It was my father. He was on the extension. Sarah, that is enough, he boomed, his voice rough with an emotion I couldn't quite place, shame, perhaps. You will not speak to your mother this way. No, Dad, it is not enough, I fired back, my own voice trembling with a lifetime of repressed hurt. It hasn't been enough for years. So here is the new reality. You will make a consistent, equal effort with both of your children's families, starting now, or you will have a relationship with only one. The choice is entirely yours. You can't keep our granddaughter away from us. My mother cried out, her voice breaking. Watch me, I said, the words final and absolute. The next time you choose Mark and his family over Lily, it will be the last time. You do not get to break her heart slowly, piece by piece. I am her mother, and I will not allow it. I ended the call. My entire body was shaking, but beneath the adrenaline, there was a profound, steady calm. I had drawn a line in the sand, and for the first time, I was standing firmly on my side of it. The silence that followed was heavier than the one before. A full week passed without a word. Then, a small, flat package addressed to Lily arrived in the mail. It wasn't her birthday or a holiday. It was a Tuesday. Inside was a beautifully illustrated book about knights and castles, and a short, handwritten note from my mom. Can't wait to see that Lego castle and build the next one with you. All our love, Nana and Grandpa. It was a white flag. A small, tentative one, but it was undeniable. That Saturday, my parents showed up at our doorstep. They stood there awkwardly, like nervous teenagers. My mom held a white bakery box. We brought a chocolate cake, she said, her voice soft. Lily's favorite. Lily, of course, erupted with joy, pulling them inside and straight to the finished castle. I watched from the kitchen doorway, my arms crossed, as my dad, in his crisp trousers, lowered himself to the floor beside her. My mom sat on the couch, her eyes glistening as she watched them, her hand reaching out to gently stroke Lily's hair. Later, over coffee that nobody really drank, my mom spoke, her eyes fixed on her mug. We saw all the photos from the party, she began quietly. It looked really wonderful. Lily looked so happy. She took a shaky breath and finally met my gaze. We're sorry, Sarah. We didn't realize how it looked. How it felt. To you. And to her. It wasn't a perfect apology. It didn't erase the years of favoritism. But it was a start, a crack in the wall. I learned in that moment that some victories aren't about total surrender from the other side, but about resetting the balance of power. I had forced them to see the narrative from my perspective, and the social consequence of being exposed had been a price they were unwilling to pay. Life isn't a fairy tale. The favoritism hasn't vanished completely. It still surfaces in subtle, quieter ways, a more extravagant Christmas gift for Mark's kids, a quicker response to his calls. But they call Lily every Sunday evening now. They sit in the front row at her school recitals, and they cheer from the sidelines at her soccer games. They make the effort. I never deleted that photo album. It remains online, a quiet, digital monument to the day I stopped saying, no problem, and started fighting for my daughter's place in this world. And sometimes, when Lily is scrolling through my phone looking at old pictures, she'll pause on that album and say, with a contented sigh, that was the best birthday ever, Mom. She's right. It was the birthday she learned, without a shadow of a doubt, that her mother would always build castles with her, no matter who else failed to show up. And in the grand scheme of things, that was the only victory that truly mattered.